Okay, this is set 61, practice, chemical mixture problems B. Okay, so the question is, how much water must be evaporated from 400 gallons of a 15% saline solution to get a 40% saline? So we're going to start and do it, we're going to do it two ways. We'll do it concentrating on the salt and we'll do it concentrating on the water. We'll start with the salt. So you need a number equation and a value equation. So the number equation, we know that we're starting with 400 gallons. So that's what we're starting with. Then we have to figure out how much is going to be evaporated. So we're going to have to take something out. And then when we're done, we'll be left with whatever 400 minus that x is. Now for the value equation, we know it says that there's a 15% saline solution that we started with. So we do 15% of 400, and we have to think about evaporation. When you evaporate, how much salt evaporates? Well, salt doesn't actually evaporate. So there's 0 salt that's evaporating. And then the last one, it says we want to end up with 40% saline out of our last piece. So there's that 40%. Now we just need to simplify. We get 60 is equal to 160 minus 0.4x. Then we get negative 100 is equal to negative 0.4x. Divide both sides by negative 0.4, and we get 250. So 250 gallons is our answer. Now we're going to do the same problem, but we're going to do it in terms of water instead of salt. So with water, we still start with the same amount. We start with 400. Now when we evaporate water, we'll talk about that in a second. So we're going to take out a certain amount, and then what we're left with is going to be 400 minus x. It's going to be whatever that piece is that's left. Okay, so now when we're talking about water in a 15% saline, the 15% is the salt, so what's left over is the water, which is 85%. So there's 85%. Now when you evaporate, we have to think about how much of the water is evaporating, and it's all the water evaporates, no salt evaporates, so it's going to be 100% of the water is being taken out. So it's going to be, you subtract 1 or 100%. And then we want to get a 40% saline, so the opposite of that is going to be 60% water. And then we just need to solve that out. So 0.85 times 400 minus x equals 240 minus 0.6x. And then we'll subtract 240 from both sides, you get 340. Add 1 to both sides, you're going to get 0.4x. Divide both sides by 0.4, and you get 250 gallons, which is the same thing we got with the first problem.